drink the coffee.
Yeah, I need to drink the purple drink.
I've had my daily shot of half and half and maple syrup.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling energized.
Is it a shot, or do you just
It's basically a
put it
shot.
in there?
Well, I put it in there too. I put it in my coffee. But also I'll make my coffee, but then I have the maple syrup and I have the half and half.
Your eyes are twinkling.
And together, it's the fattest thing anyone could do.
Yeah.
But it's so good.
I
recommend everyone get some maple syrup, get some half and half, and not this cheap. Get good half and half, and take a teaspoon. Hell, take a tablespoon.
What?
Of maple syrup,
Get crazy.
and a tablespoon of half and half, and put it in your mouth and swish it around. Swish it around, and tell me it is not the most biblical, holy flavor you have ever tasted. This is what God tastes like.
Find yourself a man the way that DJ looks at thoughts of
maple syrup and half and half.
Because you've never looked at me that way.
It's so
You
good.
went into like a different dimension.
Every morning
Your
I do
eyes
that, and
glossed over.
I do. I kind of like black out.
Yeah, you look very serene when you're having your. Yeah, you're jazzed.
Yeah. It's energizing. It tastes biblically lovely.
We all know you like Bible food. Biblical,
Yeah.
divine.
When the Bible speaks of milk and honey, and I'm not even sure why they talk about that,
Yeah.
but that's what it's talking about. It meant to say maple syrup.
Canadian maple syrup.
They meant to say 100% pure organic Canadian maple syrup. And half and half.
They were just trying to save syllables because it's already so long.
Right.
They couldn't have more
milk
pages.
and honey, whatever.
Yeah, milk
I'm
and
sure honey would be great, but something about that maple syrup.
That's a good hack.
And don't get the dark maples. You got to get the amber maple syrup. They have light, amber, and dark. Dark is too bitter. It tastes too much like a tree. The amber is the perfect balance of sweet and earthy.
I'm getting envious of your affair with the maple syrup.
We're done. I'm just going to go up and...
Yeah, you're going to go do it with the maple syrup.
I am.
Please remember me when you've left me.
I'll always try to.
Thank you. Oh, God. We don't know what we're doing.
All right. Well, remember, you can give us a call at 802-870-6928. Talk to us, say stuff, insult us, dare us to do something dangerous and illegal.
Especially illegal.
Whatever you want to say, you can give us a call, 802-870-6928. And you can also guess what we saw for your chance to win a $500 Visa gift card. We saw something, and if you can guess what it is, you'll win that money. Go to ohyabigtime.tv/guess.
Yes.
That was perfect timing. The music ended right as I ended.
I think we're on episode 17 and you nailed
We
it.
finally found the groove.
You just use that every time. Every time.
Hello and welcome to Oh Yeah Big Time. This episode is brought to you by wind. Fuck that. I hate the wind. That's all. The wind deserves no
paragraph of
it deserves no
banter.
It deserves nothing, the wind.
Yeah, I feel like you've acclimated to Salt Lake pretty well.
Yes.
There's some things you don't love, like the curbs and the road, but the wind.
I hate the driving. I hate long winter. And I hate wind.
Yeah.
And you would think that moving to Utah, there's no coastal anything near
You
us.
brought the wind with you, because I don't have memories of wind like this until you got here.
There have been hurricane strength winds in Utah.
Yes.
For no reason.
Where are they coming from?
What is happening?
I don't know.
Wind's like this invisible man who just runs up to you and puts his hands all over you and grabs your gate and shakes it.
You and
Yeah. And just grabs a tree branch and just breaks it down.
He's a strong, invisible man.
He's a strong, invisible man, and there's millions of them, and they all come in swarms. That's what wind is.
And if you come to our house, it's not because We can be kind of slob people.
Yes.
So the wind will.
The most creative people are slobs.
Yes.
Who said it? If
Einstein.
if a cluttered desk is a cluttered mind, then what's to be say of an empty desk? Yes.
Mind meld. I mean, that's the only. It gets crazy out there.
Well, yeah, I guess it's not
like
even just it's not our desks. Somehow just trash ends up outside.
It's really embarrassing.
And then
it's not embarrassing.
then all of a sudden, our neighbors, the whole neighborhood, is just getting these like grass seed bags and wrappers just flying everywhere.
Because you see stuff outside and it's like, pick it up. I'm married. I don't care anymore.
Who am I
So,
impressing?
like, for someone that recycles plastic bags, I really just let it all go to hell outside.
Well, you know, sometimes stuff even blows out of the trash.
Yeah.
And it's just blowing around. Sorry, neighbors. We didn't mean to do that to you.
They don't listen to our podcast, so they won't hear our apology. Plus, they can't prove it was us. They know. And certainly they know.
I mean, so like a few years ago, there was a crazy wind. Like this wind, it was actual, like massive trees that seemed to be, I don't know, at least hundreds of years old. Were just on their side with roots sticking up as high as skyscrapers. And like that windstorm tore the gutters off the back of our house.
Yes. That was an expensive wind.
An expensive wind.
I hate expensive winds. They're the worst kinds of winds.
We're like worried about voting. Right. We're worried about things.
Oh,
but
the election.
The planet can just wind.
It can wind, and I don't know how. And it's one of the things if you're like, what is wind? Big fucking
idiot.
Wind? What is wind? I don't know what wind is. I don't know what. When you say coastal, that resonates as something.
Like it's pockets of pressure moving into pockets of lower pressure.
But why?
No, tell me what that means. Tell me what that means. I dare you.
That's what I've become hyper aware of things I don't understand, like wind.
Right.
Also, then I was thinking of remember ICP, the Insane Clown Posse for our Gen Z listeners, our many Gen Z listeners.
We're real popular with them.
But when they had their music video and they're like, fucking magnets, how do they work? And they became the laughing stock of the world. And everyone's like, they don't know a fucking magnet. I don't know how. And I laughed. I was like, who are these
stupid
clowns?
Idiots?
They don't know how
science works.
Magnets just work. I don't know what they do. Do you know what they do?
People are like, oh, it's negative charged electrons being attracted to positive charge electrons. Tell me what that means.
Yeah.
Tell me what the fuck that means.
You're saying the words, but you don't know what they mean.
You have no idea what that means.
You don't know, and you're being mean to ICP, and they
according to Maxwell's equation and Coulomb's law, electric currents, you don't know what this means.
They don't.
You're just saying stuff you've heard. No one knows how a magnet works.
No, magnets and wind are out.
And you're explaining why it works, but you're not explaining how it works.
Yes.
That's like saying, why do farts smell? Well, you eat food and you digest it, and then the fiber in the food gets fermented in the gut, and then it releases gas. Okay, you're telling me why?
Yeah,
you're telling me why all this works. You're not telling me how it smells bad.
Why is it so stinky?
Right.
And you can't tell me.
You can't.
People get so self-righteous, and nobody knows how anything works.
If you can tell us how a magnet works without doing an entire college course on this,
yes,
I'll give you $10. No, we'll give you $10.
We'll give you $10 PayPal transfer.
Gift certificate. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no one knows how magnets work. No one knows how farts work. No one knows how wind works. I did have one of the worst farts. So I don't want to be the fart podcast, but we're gonna for a second. I have occasionally I'll run into this problem where I have this hyper concentrated gas.
Very dense.
And when it releases, it permeates an impressive amount of area around me. Like one time, and this was, I had started my job, and I'm with coworkers, and we're getting something out of a storage unit. And like we're leaving, we got all this stuff, we put it in the back of a truck, and this is like a single cab truck with a bed, and we're not far from our offices. So I'm locking up at the storage unit, and they're in the truck. We have a driver in the truck, and we have someone in the back in the bed of the truck. And I'm like 30 feet away at the door locking it up. And I think I'm perfectly safe. I'm going to let this fart go. And so I do. And I think that I'm in the clear. Because I'm so far away. We're
so
outside.
far.
It's wind like windy.
Outside is free reign.
So you think you're in the clear.
You can let it rip.
It immediately... Like the guy in the back of the truck, again, like 30 feet away from me.
Farted outside of the
This
truck.
is immediate. It's like, it just like completely filled the space. I was just like, boom, it's just gone everywhere. And the guy in the back of the truck immediately is like, oh my God. And then, so I'm getting in the truck and I'm like, play it cool. Don't tell him it was you, because that would be insane. I get in the truck. And the guy in the truck's like, it must be something weird in my old truck. I don't know. And I'm just like, that's crazy. And the guy in the truck's just like, God, in the back. And then he starts driving. So we're driving away from it. And still in the back of the truck, this guy is just like, oh my God, what is that? Is there like some sort of industrial leak? And the guy in the truck's like rolling the windows down. I mean, this lasted till we were almost back at the office. And so this is what I'm capable of.
You told me that story. I'm sorry. I'm crying because it's so funny. And you've told me that story, and it was a hypothetical to me.
Yeah, you're like, okay.
Like, it sounds very powerful. I don't think you're a liar, but also, how could it transcend? Then the other night, I'm going to the bathroom.
Well, yeah. So the other night, I'm in the bathroom. I'm brushing my teeth, and I fart. Because I firmly believe that you should never, ever intentionally fart in front of the person who you love. Why would you do that to them on purpose?
But you can't control the residue.
So I'm in the bathroom brushing my teeth. I think I'm in the clear. I let it go. A small fart. There's different, you have like the full open gaping asshole farts that just rattle. This one was just like, boop. And I thought I was safe, but then immediately the bathroom filled with this same kind of stench. So I walk out and I shut the door, kinda. And I think that'll clear up soon.
Well.
Like 5 minutes later, you go into the bathroom.
Many minutes later. And I was like, what is that? What is it? Because one time we had it's really gross, but we're already being gross. When the sink backed up.
Yeah, like the kitchen sink and the bathroom sink upstairs are like connected.
Or bathtub.
Oh, in the bathtub. That's it. Yeah.
So
and it started backing up into the tub.
Which is disgusting.
And it smelled bad.
It was a horrible smell. So I thought it was that. So he pulled back the shower curtain. I was like, it doesn't look like the sink is coming up through the, And then I was like, something has happened. Something has happened in here. And we're going to have to call that same emergency plumber who stole your glasses. And it's 10 at night, and we're going to have him immerse. I came in the room, and I was like,
You yelled from the bathroom. You said, does something smell weird in the bathroom? This is not a descriptor for a fart. You don't smell a fart and say, oh, did that smell weird?
No, it was like a noxious gas of
this is like chemical.
Like, do we need to call the gas company? Do we need to call a plumber? And then you couldn't play it cool. I
lost
folded.
it. I immediately couldn't I've
never seen that look in your face.
I didn't want to do that to you. And I'm so sorry.
I mean, there's no exaggeration. Within those few seconds, I was like, fuck, we're going to be up all night.
This is going to cost $1,200.
Yeah, I'm going to have to take out a loan for this. Because there's this smell that could not come from a human. But
you didn't even consider that as an option.
No, it wasn't. Because I want to be sensitive to, I wouldn't want to make you feel bad. If I knew it was from you, I wouldn't say anything.
But I haven't found the common denominator. What produces this inside of me? I don't know.
We don't know. I'm sorry for my giggles, but my God.
It was awful.
It defies science. So, yeah, explain that, science people, how a fart can travel
in an instant, in like negative time.
Negative
Like they almost smell it before I farted it.
Yeah.
So
no
one knows how magnets work. No one knows how wind works. No one knows how my farts work.
Yeah.
These are the
Absolutely.
mysteries.
Part of like why I'm like aware of what I don't know, it's because I'm being more aware of my cognitive. Last week we talked about my brain, whatever. I had to go get a neuropsych evaluation, which I thought was going to be like an hour or two, 5 hours. So I'm there 5 hours.
Yeah, he dropped you off. And then like
At,
2
2
hours later,
PM.
I'm like, this is weird. I haven't heard from her yet.
Yeah.
And you had to like
she
have
made
your
me
phone
turn- Yeah,
off.
she's like, turn off your phone. I was like, what do you think I'm going to be doing? So it's like, the point is to try different like cognitive things to try to target what areas of my brain are not good. But she like, man, it was brutal. It was a bad time. But she's like, because everything she did, I was so bad at. But there was one part where I'm guessing, quizzing my general intelligence. But she's like, starts asking who people are, She's like, who is president during, the Civil War? So I'm like, she gave me some, softballs. She gave me some softballs.
Curveball.
Curve.
Those aren't curveballs are tricky.
No, she gave me easy ones.
She gave you straight balls.
So I was like, I'm smart. She's like, she thinks she's going to stump Abraham Lincoln. And then she starts naming other people. And she's like, who's Martin Luther King? Of course I know who Martin Luther King is. Of course I do. But when I'm asked that, I'm just like, a civil rights man that got killed.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that
But
answer?
it's just like, it's like one of those things if you saw on social media and it's like this ignorant.
He's a
piece of
civil
shit.
rights guy. He's
Yeah, but
killed.
they'd be like, what did he do? And it's like, there's this boycotts and
I
stuff.
had a dream.
Yeah, he had a dream.
He had a dream. That's what he did.
So then that had me paranoid because I'm like, am I a racist? I don't know. And then she's asking who Catherine the Great. I still don't know. I don't know what I told her.
Catherine the Great is Queen Victoria.
Is she a queen?
I don't know.
Do you know who she is?
In my head, I picture both of them as the same woman.
I have no idea. It's just like medieval lady?
It's like Ellen and Owen Wilson. When I picture them, they're the same.
Yeah.
And I don't know what either of them have done.
Catherine the Great and Catherine O'Hara. I don't know. Who'd you say? Queen Victoria?
Catherine the Great?
Hold on.
What did she do?
Who is Catherine the Great?
And at this point, we should...
She was the Empress of Russia? She overthrew her husband, Peter. I don't know. Did she kill him? Did Catherine the Great kill her husband? That's top result. I should have really just asked. Okay, I don't know. But I don't know. So she killed her husband. She's Russian. So then I was just like, I don't know, medieval lady.
That's not very great.
Yeah, that seems rude.
Catherine the damn.
Bad wife.
Catherine the Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Catherine the tone it down sister.
Yeah.
Then she asked who Sacagawea was. And again, I have the racial panic. Because it's like, I know.
Do you know that she's on a coin?
No, I do now. I did.
Now that I asked you
I
that?
did, but I thought it was Pocahontas.
That's what I would have said. She's on the dollar coin.
Yeah, I was just like, I think that's like Pocahontas. I was like, she's there with like the Pilgrims. And then it was like later, I'm like, oh my God, that's not Sacagawea. Like,
Wait, who is...
I think she helped Lewis and Clark. That's all I know is I picture them in a boat together and she helps them navigate.
What's the difference between a Pilgrim and Lewis and Clark?
I don't know. I Googled it later and I was like, chat, does Sacagawea have anything to do with Pilgrims? I was like, no. I was like, fuck.
What is a pilgrim?
I don't know.
Did pilgrims call themselves pilgrims?
We are the Pilgrims. Is a pilgrim just someone who goes on a religious pilgrimage?
Do you know you're a pilgrim while you're a pilgrim?
Let me ask you. Does a pilgrim know they're a pilgrim while they're a pilgrim?
Or are they only told afterwards?
The question of whether they know they are a pilgrim during their pilgrimage or only realize it afterward, blah, blah, blah. Journey to a sacred place as an act of religious devotion usually knows they are a pilgrim.
Oh, all right. So they're like, I'm going to be a pilgrim now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Sacagawea did not help the pilgrims. So that has me in a mess.
But wait, Lewis and Clark, what did they do?
They explored.
Did they go on a pilgrimage?
Maybe they weren't persecuted enough.
Do you have to be persecuted to be a pilgrim?
Do you have to be persecuted to be a pilgrim? Not exclusively linked to persecution.
Okay, so Lewis and Clark were fucking pilgrims.
So was Lewis and Clark a pilgrim? Stop giving me such a comprehensive, helpful answer. I don't need it. So was Lewis and Clark a pilgrim? Expedition commissioned by Thomas Jefferson to explore. Oh, that's quite later than the Pilgrims.
But
If Thomas Jefferson was.
But the pilgrims aren't defined by an era; they're defined by an action. And I think
Sounds like
Lewis
they
and
were
Clark
already-
completed the actions of a pilgrim.
Yeah.
Like I could be a pilgrim right now.
Go pilgrim. Go pilgrim yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Sorry. Anyway.
No. So do you see my conundrum with Sacagawea?
I do. Yeah.
But she was like really brutal on me. She's like, because she's like going through my history, trying to get an idea of whatever. She's like really weird about therapy. She's like, you've been going to therapy since how long? She's like, what? Do you know what they're trying to fix? And I was like, I don't know. I get sad sometimes. She's like, what are you sad about? And I was like, we don't need to go there. And then
I love her. Have they fixed what you? Do they even know what they're fixing? Well, what are you sad about?
That's exactly. And she's like, you've been going weekly since you were 15? And it's like, no, I'm sorry, it's not fixed. And she just kept being like, but do you have like a guess? If you had to guess, what do you think? I was like, I don't know. I was like, general maintenance. It's just, I don't know. And then she's asking about some of my learning struggles and where those manifest. And I'm like, I've been trying to learn programming and it's really hard for me because blah, blah, blah. Like my memory clears all the time. So I have to start from scratch all the time. Like, and she's like, well, how long have you been trying to learn programming? And I was like, 6 years? She's like, 6 years? You've been trying to learn programming for 6 years? Yeah. She's like, you know, a lot of people, it doesn't take them that long. 6 years is quite a while to be trying to learn something. I was like, yeah, I know. She's like, have you ever thought it just might not be for you? Like, yeah, I think about that all the time.
What an asshole.
Yeah, and she's just like, is someone making you do this? It's like, no one's...
Hey, is someone making you do this? That's the most insulting one.
Yeah,
right
like
there.
wink twice if you're being held captive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, is someone forcing you to do this? And I was like, no. She's like, would it be good for your career or something? And I was like, yeah, I enjoy it. She's like, do you? I was like, yeah, I really enjoy it when I can do it. And she just like was like trying to talk me out of doing programming. So it's just a very discouraging time. But despite all that, you know, I have to learn programming. There's nothing I can do because we need to rebuild TikTok after it's banned.
It's true. We do.
So I will continue to learn how to program because we need TikTok.
Yeah, I can't believe that we're
Having
in this
conversation.
situation.
Yeah.
But I'm glad because I thought of the best name for a TikTok comeback. Talkback.
Like a TOK. BA.
TOKBAK.
That's like pretty layered and
Talkback.
because it's like you're talking
Talking
back,
back to the government.
but it's like
You're getting TikTok back.
yeah,
It's great.
Call back to TikTok. So I got to learn. Despite the doctor's wishes, I need to keep learning programming so I can make talk back.
You know, we've made some great strides on TikTok as Ouya Big Time.
Yeah.
Gotten a good amount. We haven't posted on there in forever because we lost steam.
Yeah,
But when we are posting regularly, we get a good amount of views.
decent amount.
So all that work could possibly be for naught. So that's why we're gonna have to make a new TikTok. If this one gets banned, we can't just let all that work go for naught. So just to maintain our couple thousands of views,
Yeah,
we're gonna do that. And you're gonna have to learn how to program.
I am which has been impossible without the only reason in the 6 years I'm able to make tremendous strides because I'm about to finish my first app is because of ChatGPT. But that's a tumultuous relationship because I'm relying heavily on ChatGPT. And I got very angry with it the other day because I broke it, but I didn't even know I broke it. So, you know, when chat gives such long answers, you learn how to skim over it and get the good parts.
Yeah.
So I was doing that with coding and really it broke quite earlier than I detected. I just wasn't reading it. Can I just read? So this is like trying to help me troubleshoot why a button's not working or something. and it's like naval base. This snippet theorizes a UI point within your paywall for pioneering light. Codify it as a direction of the grand band you're rendering, e.g. amid the playpen of your exiting fabric. Connective glue. Note this attaches in a stance of primrose only tickles.
And you're asking it about like software development.
Yes.
And this is the answer it's giving you.
Yeah, it like told me to make a test button to test something. And it had me name the button Direct Heavy Tread Oil Test Start. And even then I didn't realize chat was broken because my mind was so mush. I was just like, oh yeah.
The tread oil test start. Yeah.
So then it starts talking about riverbeds. But then, so it gets away with some really crazy nonsense. It even mentions red herrings. And I'm like, why'd you say red herring? I don't know what that means. I'm not a good programmer. It's like complete nonsense. But then this is when I really lost it. Could you just read part of this?
Yeah. Cheers to the will and the waveform. Whether it's the elves' hitch or the mite's mole, it's you who'll lever the lily and the lumen. Let's tempo the tell and tend the turf. For where the mean marry, we make the main. Cheers! It's the turn in the tile, we tarry and tilt. Here's to your heft in the helm. Let's touch the tune and try the twirl. Cheers! This is so hard to read.
It's impossible.
Can I say this is so hard to read?
It's a great tongue twister.
It's the turn in the tile we tarry and tilt. Here's to your heft and your helm. Let's touch to the tune and try the twirl. Cheers! It's the turn of the tile we tarry and tilt. Here's to your heft and the helm. Let's touch the tune and...
So then I hit stop because it wouldn't stop with the cheers. I said, what the fuck are you talking about? So I'm very sorry for any previous miscommunication in the course of navigation here. Let's steer direct. So I'm like, okay, so... And then it moves on. I'm like, no, so really, what the fuck was that last part? He's like, I'm sorry. But then, so I was like, okay, I've called it out, so it's recentering, right?
Right.
No. I said, I genuinely hate you right now, and I meant it. And then he just, like, went back and he ChatGPT, like, are you showing my screen?
Yeah.
Like.
Oh my, I just want to snap and read some of this. We've got, how can I circle it for you? I'm about the very virtue and the volition of the vigil and the vow. How can I veer the velt or vaults the vast just for you? I'm with you. I'm the wallow and the warp, wanting to wend the wherefore and the why. I'm the ringer, the raft, and the rooftop for the range and the rapture of what's coming. How can I make the aspect shine in the arc of return? I'm in the authority and the quinn of your questioning. How can I find a spotlight and bathe in the form of the albedo and lung light? Like, that makes it more clear.
Like that. Yeah. I mean, look at that. It's literally, so I just kept hitting continue because I was like, is this ever gonna, and it doesn't. So it's like this weird, like, alliteration.
Yeah, it's got this
like
weird pattern.
Like all the sentences have to have the same, like, inner the isba, injure the irk. So I just, like, lost my mind. I had you come in and I was, like, kind of laughing, but also, like, ready to cry and break my computer.
I'm the loop and the loop. I'm the loof and the loop of the lop and the lore. How can I lure or loop this for you? I'm the main of the mana, the macker of the mead. Like,
what happens if I try to continue? I'm the yaff and the jaeger of the yag and the ya. What's the yeller of the yam? You're yammed or yanked to. I'm the yank of the yar and the yard of the year. How can I yar this for you? I'm the zaf and the zaga, the zing.
So this breaking of ChatGPT can continue.
Yeah, it's still like, let's focus on what you need and I'll do my best to provide the assistance you're looking for.
You should send that to them.
I should.
Like, what the fuck happened here?
Because it freaked me out. I felt like a little, like, creeped out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, if a robot that was powered by ChatGPT like came up to you and was like, I'm the loft and the lore of the lamp and the lame.
You're like, fuck off.
I'm like, oh my, I'm going to fucking kill this
$2 million robot.
Yeah.
This is bad news bears.
Put it in the bathtub.
Yeah.
Turn it on.
I didn't even know you could break chat. I broke ChatGPT. It's like so unnerving. So yeah, I had you come in and we were laughing, but also.
It's like, I'm the mom and the mame of the maif and the mime.
I feel like it should be.
How can I make this for more?
There should be like a competition to who could read this the fastest and the clearest because it's a
that
troubling
is
tongue
hard.
twister.
It's really hard to read when it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's like the letters are hard, but also it's just nonsensical. So like I feel like the doctor should have been like, instead of like, wow, she should be like, wow, despite your tribulations and having the yam of the yore.
Right.
You for not giving up. Instead, I'm being scolded. So that's part of my journey. But I am determined because I want to make apps, and I'm not happy about this TikTok. I don't want to have to make talk back, but I might not have a choice.
We gotta, yeah. I mean, I can't believe that we have a government that can just say, you can't have this now.
Yeah.
That's insane.
For no, at least be honest, you know? I think it's annoying that they're trying to put a front on it. Just be honest.
Like there's a senator who's popular on TikTok. I'm trying to think of his name.
Popular senator?
Is it Mark Warner?
Yeah, he's a popular
No, that's
guy.
not him. Unless that's Mark.
Carolinian?
No, that's not who I'm thinking of.
Is Mark Warner from Carolina?
Cory Booker, is this him?
Yeah, the Baldwin.
No, that's not him either.
He's somebody.
Jeff Jackson from North Carolina.
Also an alliteration.
He became very popular on TikTok. 2.3 million followers, 37 million likes almost. He's got tons of videos with millions and millions of views, and he's done pretty well for himself. People tend to like this guy. He voted for the TikTok ban. He voted to ban TikTok.
And he's popular on TikTok?
Despite having a tremendous success on the platform, being like cool and with it and like
Yeah.
leveling with the youngsters.
What is that all about?
And he voted, but now everyone fucking hates him. So he's like,
His tail between his legs?
yes, he came up with a video where he like explained it, then he deleted it.
He better delete it.
Like,
Maybe it's an addiction, so he's like, save me from myself.
and apparently there were a lot of votes against the TikTok ban that then later, in the middle of the voting session, they flipped.
Like a house of cards.
Yes.
Who's
But it would have already passed without them flipping. So like, they didn't
They're
need
like,
to.
you want to
Why
be on
did
the
they
right
flip?
side of history.
Right.
Jeff Jackson.
So fuck
Why
you,
couldn't-
Jeff Jackson.
Like if he's gonna do that, he needs to get off TikTok.
Get the fuck off TikTok.
Maybe it's a sickness. It's
Everyone
like-
needs to unfollow him.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you, Jeff.
He looks like a politician too.
And all of his videos look like he's a fucking hostage. Like, pull up Jeff Jackson TikTok and just look at the thumbnails on his
Maybe he
videos.
is Jeff Jackson and see. Yeah, 36 million likes.
It's weird that the internet's just not there. We go. Yeah, all of these thumbnails look like he's fucking held hostage.
Maybe he is. That would actually explain everything about why Jeff Jackson.
He's like,
if there's no TikTok, I can't. They'll have to let me go.
I'm okay. I love my wife and children. I am making this video with my own will and volition. Like, that's what it looks like.
Straight up. Oh, I think I have seen him, and I liked one of his videos.
Yeah.
What a garbage man.
So
I hate him.
But yeah, apparently we vote for people and they can just take away stuff we like. And if this was anything, if it was like, I don't know. Ramen noodles.
Yeah.
You can't have ramen noodles. They're made in China. You can't have ramen noodles.
I guess kind of try to do stuff like that, but not outright ban.
So
I think that that puzzles me because it's very self-interest for him to be on TikTok, but I feel like the other senators probably vote against it because they're like not cool enough to be on TikTok. You know what I mean?
they just don't understand
So
it.
it's like, and I don't feel like I can be on TikTok. You see me, I'm like, I can't be there. And you're like, no, look, there's all these old people on TikTok. And I'm like, this is not my playground. I think that's what
like there's this like 400-year-old woman who plays guitar. She's just like,
Yeah.
I see you in the corner, and you look so very nice to me. And people love her. People love her.
Yeah, so
And
I
she's
can
so
be on if
old.
she's 400.
Yeah, and she's singing songs like that, and that's exactly what she sounds like.
I could
you
tell
know,
it was a
if
good
you know, you
impression.
know. Thank you.
Yeah, I feel like if you're left out, I don't know a good parallel to that, but it's like get rid of the platform. If I'm not cool enough for it, then I don't want it to exist for anybody.
Right.
It feels like spite. There's nothing to do with China. It's just a bunch of losers who feel sad and small on the playground.
Well, part of the panic for me, I need to get WD-40. Part of the panic for me is that, as we've discussed, this is how I fall asleep. I fall asleep to TikTok. I don't watch TikTok until I'm falling asleep.
Yeah. Did you last night?
Yeah.
I saw your little finger.
Yeah. It's a little glowing skin.
Because I'm like, oh, that blue light's bad, but your eyes are closed.
My eyes are closed. I'm
Yeah,
not looking
just
at it.
Quietly.
I'm not looking at it. Like that's I'm not
Incredible.
I don't watch TikTok. As a matter of fact, sometimes I'll see videos on Instagram that are from TikTok
Yeah.
with people and I'm like, this seems familiar to I listened to this like 3 nights ago.
It's like how I pull, like if I'm not wearing glasses, I'll still do that.
Right.
If I take away your phone at night, you're probably still like
Yeah.
flicking the bean.
Yeah. As I do.
Yeah.
So for
Your
for
sleep
this
aids
to
would
go
be
away,
gone.
I would be terrible. Because the thing about TikTok that's great is these videos are they can have the algorithm knows me, so it's like a serious tone to a lot of these videos. There's not a lot of wacky sounds and music effects,
Yeah. It's calming.
so it's calming to me. With Instagram, it's just all funny ha-has.
Yeah, because you're.
It's like an old guy falling off a bike. Like a grandma going to walk onto a boat and fall in between into the water, and everyone goes, "Grandma!"
You can't fall asleep to the elderly getting injured.
No, but most of my Instagram is like old people getting hurt and like the most
Weirdly specific.
deformed people,
Oh,
and just like people getting hurt. That's most of
so
my
that says
Instagram.
something about your activity.
Yeah,
Yeah, you like seeing those old frail people.
getting hurt.
Yeah, I feel like I'm fine. I am fine with your sleeping methods, except when the other night you were like mad at me upon waking because there's like a Hank Green. Was it Hank Green?
Oh,
You like let a
yes.
video loop, or did you fall asleep to it?
I gotta find that video because
Is that possible?
this
to find?
video so occasionally this doesn't happen very often, but occasionally on TikTok these videos will just like loop and I won't
Yeah, 'cause
flick
you're
the
in a
bean past them.
You're in a subconscious state.
So I won't flip past them, and so they'll just kind of loop until I fall asleep and my phone turns off. But sometimes they'll infiltrate my dreams.
Yes.
And so there was this Hank Green video that
I don't
came
know if I
up.
could find that.
Let me I'll look for it real quick.
Okay.
So is this it?
For a few days, and I don't.
No. Here it is.
We're gonna list things at our liberal arts
God,
college on the beach.
that's
Now
not
instead,
it.
People at
Yeah, this is it. Here. Open this video.
Thank you.
Only NASA would look at one of these and say, you know, that looks like a great idea for a heat shield. So spacecraft bound for Mars or really anywhere with an atmosphere need something to protect them during entry into the atmosphere. You also need the atmosphere as a sort of brake to slow down your spacecraft from its high-speed journey through space. Like, you don't want to use fuel to slow it down, you can use the atmosphere. But conventional heat shields can only be as big as the rocket that they launch on, which limits the size of the payloads they can protect. So engineers looked at the design of this baby toy and came up with an inflatable stacking ring design for a heat shield. It would basically blow up in front of the spacecraft as it lands, kind of like a reversed Mary Poppins umbrella. This would let them land bigger payloads and use rocket space more efficiently, and NASA is set to start testing this design fairly soon. You wouldn't normally say that rocket science is child's play, but in this case, it totally is. Only now.
So that video is looping for probably upwards of 2 hours. At least that's what it felt like. Because in my dream, you were Hank Green. So you are talking, and it's like in your voice, like my brain has warped it, so
Is it
it's
the
your
same, like,
voice.
cadence?
But it's in the same cadence
Okay.
and the same tone and saying all the same things. And so, like, this video is looping for a very long time. And you're in my dreams, and you're just like talking to me as I'm walking around doing stuff in the house. But then this phrase starts to stick out where he's like, you wouldn't think it's child's play, but in this case, it totally is. And that phrase is like every time he says it, I'm getting more and more irritated. And to the point where it starts to feel like that's all you're saying. And I'm getting so mad at you in my dream. Like, so mad at you.
Because that's all I'm doing, right?
And I'm like, stop it. I know, I get it. And you're like, you just keep talking and saying it no matter what. And I'm like, stop it. Like, I can see how someone could
Strangle their wife in their
yes,
sleep?
absolutely.
Okay.
Because like
Good to know.
I was very
So maybe
angry.
I don't want your TikTok to be on at night because you could just do a.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah.
Didn't you say like I tipped over or something weird?
Yeah,
Like
you fell on your back and we're still just ranting this.
Like a weird little doll that I don't
yes,
know. Yeah.
yes. And it was making me so mad.
Man, yeah.
I did not think to hurt you, but I could see how I might have.
You could in your sleep because you don't know what's going on.
Sure. But you wouldn't stop. It was like if I was just following you around all day saying the same
totally is.
And in this case it totally is. And you're like, I get it. I'm like, this case it totally is. And you're like, please stop. This case it totally is.
I would grab a knife.
Holy shit.
I wouldn't kill you, but I'd probably cut off a finger or something.
Just to see if I will
To break the loop.
break the loop.
Because a little punch is probably not going to do anything.
Right.
You're on a track and I need to disrupt your blood.
But that doesn't happen very often. But it did happen that time.
Yeah. And you would lose that ability if you lost your TikToks.
The other thing, the TikTok man, so many people make money on TikTok.
Yes.
So many businesses. There's a lot that goes into a platform like this.
Totally.
And I understand they think that it won't shut down, that they'll sell it to someone. But that's not fair.
Nah.
You can't just be like, oh, Panda Express was started by a Chinese guy. So that's a Chinese food company. They're going to poison us with their China government.
Sell it to McDonald's.
Sell it to McDonald's. You have to.
Yeah.
You gotta. That would never happen.
Not cool. Yeah.
And I've made money on TikTok.
That's true. It's part of our livelihood.
It's absolutely.
Certainly more money than this podcast.
That is true. Absolutely. So on TikTok, you know that I didn't even know how to describe it. There's like this mysterious sound that everyone uses.
X-Files.
Yeah. And it's named after like the Blade Runner 2039 theme song or something like that. And this song was very popular. I wanted to use it in some of our videos, but I couldn't find it in like the search. It like disappeared from search for a few weeks. So I couldn't find it. So I was like, well, if I can't find this song, I'm going to make my own that's not a copy of it.
No.
But it's just like it.
Same vibes.
So I made a song, and instead of calling it Blade Runner 2039 or whatever, 2049, whatever it was called, I called it Blade Run Razor Sprint.
And it worked.
And it worked, and I just wanted to use it. I didn't want other people, I didn't care about that. I just wanted to use it. But other people started using it because the other one wasn't available.
Yeah,
and
it
so
worked.
I've had like millions and millions of views on this. Over time, I've had, let's see, all time, this video has had this song is at 81.15 million
81
views
million?
On TikTok. So, I mean, that is a lot.
That's a lot.
Right? That's a lot.
That's a lot for making something for yourself, and then you don't even...
Oops.
Yeah.
And so this song has done pretty well on TikTok. Can you play it real quick? Again, this is
Sure thing.
Blade Run Razor 2049 Blade Run Razor Sprint, which is not the same thing as Blade Runner 2049.
Did you make 4 minutes of song?
I did. I made a whole song. So this song is not the one that you think it is.
Yeah.
And if you compare them A/B, they are different.
They're different.
Isn't it crazy how just talking over this song makes what we're talking about seem mysterious?
Clippable, and we can make it into a video.
So I wrote this song, and it's not a copy. The notes are different. Everything's different. The tempo's different. Everything's different. But it's close enough to where you would think that maybe this is the same sound that all the videos are using.
How does everyone get to that part? Does it clip the most popular part?
I have 3 clips of the song that you can use that are 60 seconds
He's a
long.
smart man.
So this is that song.
And it's our livelihood.
We have made a combined total off of that one song with 81 million views. $175.
All right.
So yeah, we've made $175 on that one song.
That's part of recouping our Guess What We Saw money.
So we got to cash that out before they kill TikTok.
Yeah.
But
that's why TikTok's awesome. We get money.
yeah.
Money back.
I mean, that's paying for a good fraction of the Guess What We Saw money.
Yeah.
So
I think I like going periodically. I go through your song to see what video, because I find it very exciting.
it is exciting.
1,900 videos have used your song, and a lot of channels.
Well, more than that, that's just one of the clips.
Oh.
So don't smear my success here.
And I don't know how to find out otherwise, but but there's like channels that only use their song, like that song.
Yeah.
Like there's these doctors, like Russian. I don't know what they are. But like, because this isn't Russian, it's showing almonds, and it's not a real person.
It's like bad AI, yeah.
But like this has 116,000 likes, and like this page has like 243,000 followers. I have no idea what it is, no idea what they're saying, but there's like probably, I don't know, 20 users especially that like use it for like everything. But I noticed it on these like crazy facts you never knew videos.
Yeah, those are real popular.
They're real popular and real fun, and I'm so excited whenever I hear your song. But I always wanted you to make one because it's your song.
It is.
So you deserve to make a popular video.
Oh, you want me to like make up crazy facts?
Yeah, so then we can clip it and make our own crazy
Do
facts.
you have one of those like as an example ready? Because there's like a particular voice that they use.
They use like the recorded. I don't want to. Don't show my screen.
I already did.
Damn it.
Do you have like an example of one of these? Because there's a particular voice that they use.
Yeah.
In these.
Shocking facts about dates
Yeah, that's it.
you never knew. Part 1. Studies suggest that wearing the color red can make a person appear more attractive and desirable to potential partners. Playing hard to get can sometimes backfire. Research shows that open and honest communication tends to lead
It's not
to
the best example because those are kind of facts, or like.
Well, they'll like
throw
weave in.
random
They'll
shit.
they'll have real facts, and then they'll like say like poo poo in your buttholes.
And,
Beautiful.
Like, drink champagne while you're in a champagne bubble bath, and you're. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would like to make one of those because your voice naturally kind of sounds like that voice anyway.
Well, thank you.
So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I can.
So you can capitalize on this.
So we'll do like. So I'm gonna try to like just say facts, and we'll.
True or true not facts.
Do you have that
Doesn't matter.
music to play?
Oh yes, I do.
Okay, so yeah, it'll be like. Here are insane facts that will make you smarter. The average person will produce enough boogers in their lifetime to fill 4 monster truck tires. Did you know if you wait after puberty to eat your first eggs, you will have an allergic reaction to the protein found in eggs? If a man jumps up and down for 24 hours straight, his subsequent defecation will be a perfectly churned pint of Ben & Jerry's Cherry Garcia ice cream. Did you know a fly's hands are bigger than a chicken's hands? This is because chickens don't have hands. If you comment on this video, poo-poo Cherry Garcia, you'll win a beautiful wife tomorrow, even if you're a straight woman or a gay man, so be careful. If you mix Play-Doh with hot sauce, a special chemical reaction will occur that compels the new substance to enter through the nearest human's eyes and overtakes their brain, forcing them to spin in increasingly fast circles until they catapult themselves through the stratosphere to seed a new planet with life.
Took me on a journey there.
Did you know a 1996 Chevrolet Tahoe is the hardest vehicle to obtain? Like and follow for more facts. Thank you.
That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Good job.
Okay, we did that.
And most of those weren't true facts.
I don't think any of those were
But
true.
I think the last one feels like a.
The last one is true.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Diggy Dunks has been. I've never called you that on the podcast, but Diggy Dunks.
That's what she calls me in bed.
Old Diggy Dunks is, yeah. Don't say it too much. It'll get me going. But old Diggy Dunks has been trying to get a Tahoe.
I want a mid to late 90s Tahoe. That's what I want.
That's all he wants.
And so a few of these will pop up on like all the car selling websites, Auto Trader, all those. So some will pop up in the area. And a few weekends ago, I was driving around trying to find these because it said that there were 3 in the area. So I drove to dealerships to like try to check out these Tahoes. And I get to one of the dealerships. I'm like, it says you have a 96 Tahoe here. And they're like, are you looking for something like cheap? Or I'm like, no, I'm really just looking for like a mid to late 90s Tahoe. And they're like, is it like the price point? Are you trying to like get like a really cheap vehicle? Is that the goal? I'm like, I just want the Tahoe. Do you have the Tahoe? And he's like, we sold it to an employee. And it's like, why is this crazy?
Yeah.
To ask for it. Like, it says you have it, and then I come here to get it, and you're acting like I'm insane. Like I'm out of my mind. And then, so after driving to all these dealerships, nobody has the Tahoe. I finally call up a dealership, and I'm like, hey, it says online you've got a 99 Tahoe in stock. Just double checking to see if you still have it. And they're like, let me, can I put you on hold for a minute, and we'll ask around and see. And so they put me on hold, and finally they come back and they're like, so what's your area code? I'm like, I have a New York number. I live in Utah though. They're like, okay, are you looking for, is it like the price that you're interested in? And they're going back to this price. Like, I'm looking for a cheap car. No, I just want the 96 Tahoe.
Yeah.
Please.
Please.
And so they're like, well, we'll call you back. We don't know if we'll call you back. And so they call me back eventually, and it's this guy, and he like he can't comprehend that I would want this car.
No, he like goes a little bananas about it.
Yeah, he's asking me again about my area code.
He kept being like, we typically don't have cars like that here. Or you're right, because
yeah,
he's
Chevy. He's like, we usually have only like cars after 2009.
So why would we have that?
So like, we don't usually have this here. So I don't know if we even have this here. Why are you what is it about this car that you want? And it's like, I don't have to explain this to you.
Just tell me if you have it.
I fucking like it, and I fucking hate you. That's what I wanted to say.
But
and I basically almost did.
But you didn't.
I didn't.
But then we're like, is he, because you were a little terse with him.
I was, yeah.
So then we're like, is he lying to spite you? You know?
Right.
So then I called because we wanted to make sure. The same thing. They're like, do you want to look for, we have something similar? And I was like, oh, my dad, I'm really looking.
You said your dad had one.
And I was like, I'm looking for that model because my dad had one in his very sentimental value, so it has to be that model. And she's like, oh, okay. My dad's not dead. My dad never drove one, but he coulda. It's not ethical, but that is a good life hack. Just say your dead parent.
Yeah, if you want something that people think is insane to want, just say your dad had it. You don't have to say he died.
He's not dead. He had. Yeah, my dad's still around. He just had it in the 90s.
But like, why are you asking me about my area code?
You're very like confrontational.
Like, what do you care about my area code?
Like,
who cares?
Yeah, like
is this a scam? Do you think I'm scamming you?
Right. Which you could, you can have an area code and not live where your area code is. That happens quite frequently.
Yeah, this isn't like
talking like this.
This isn't 1992.
Right.
This isn't when the car that I want was made.
Yeah, because we only had one area code here for a while. So when you'd see one out of state,
it's like, what the fuck?
I think we got a 435 eventually, but I was always jealous of you area code guys.
I have a New York area code.
Yeah, I was like, I want one of those.
But people with my area code are jealous of the 212s. So there's always a better area code.
Is that New York?
Yeah.
Are they the first? Are they the
They're
OGs?
the original. If you have a 212 area code in New York,
it's your 801.
Yeah, exactly.
Dang.
So.
Yeah, it was just like this whole afternoon. I think we didn't podcast that day because
I was driving around looking for fucking Tahoes.
Because like by the time they look for it, it's like we could just already be there. So then it was a lot of work, and then I was stressed because I shouldn't have been. You asked me to clean your glasses.
because I was driving and I had my sunglasses, but they were smudgy because I'd been crying about this Tahoe. So I handed you my glasses. I'm like, can you clean these?
No, I can't. They're like, just clean them. And I was like, we don't have anything in here I can clean them with.
I was like, just use your shirt.
And I was like, I can't.
You're like trying to make up all these excuses.
You were very befuddled. It's not often that you're super befuddled by me. And you're just like, what is the problem? I'm like, I can't clean glasses. Like, this is an issue I have.
Why can't you clean? You just wipe them.
glasses. I can't clean mirrors. And you're like, what's going on? And I was like, this is something I genuinely hate about myself. I got in a dark place while I was talking about it.
What is so hard?
I don't know. And then I cleaned your glasses and handed them back into shame. And you're like, they're fine.
They're fine, yeah.
I have such a hard time. I get so much smudges. Everything. I can't clean windows. My glasses get so smudgy. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's always plagued me since a child. Since I was a child, I haven't known.
You just you pinch with your shirt and you do this swirl.
Something about
glasses, people will freak out if they don't like the shirt clean. They're like, you're scratch up my lenses.
I know.
It's like, dude, I'm going to drop these.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to happen, so.
I don't know where I need to go see that therapist I've been seeing since I was 15 because she can't seem to fix anything, and ask why I'm so freaked out about cleaning glasses. For someone that's had glasses their whole lives, you think you'd be, pretty desensitized to it.
Yeah. It should be one of the most common things that you do.
I wanted to ask you to pull over and be like, clean your own fucking glasses.
I can't handle this shit. I can't handle your fucking shit.
I can't handle the pressure. But I've never had, yes, I have. I went glasses shopping the other day, which I always feel very vulnerable. I don't know if you've noticed that about me, but I get really self-conscious trying on glasses.
You do, yeah.
I don't know
you
why.
try to hide. Like, you don't want anyone to know that you're trying on glasses in the glasses store.
Glasses during COVID at some point, and I didn't want to take off my mask for you can take off your mask, but I didn't. I don't know why.
They didn't want to reveal your identity.
I didn't want to see
I'm the person trying on glasses.
So I got them, and they were way too big. I had to return them, and luckily she's very nice, and she's like, knows me. So she's like, yeah, they were way too big. I told you. But I don't know. I get very self-conscious because they always look weird. It doesn't matter what you're trying on. But then, so I was there for an hour, and then I was like, she's going to think I'm just trying to hang out with her or something because I'm not leaving. But then she's trying to teach someone how to put their contacts in for the first time. And I just, excuse me. Yeah, it's just reminded me when she's trying to teach me how to put my contacts in. Because it's impossible. She's like, how do I make my eyes open wider? She's like, you got to force them open. And she's like, but you can't.
You reach in, you grab it from the top.
Yeah.
Then you wait, and then you grab it from the bottom.
I can't even look at you while you do this.
Look at me.
I don't want to.
Look right at me.
Oh, no, don't do that to me.
Look at my eye.
I hate
This is who I am. This is who you love.
Take it back. I don't want it.
All right.
See how grotesque that is?
No, it's fucking fine.
No, it's not.
We all know it's a ball in there.
It's horrible. And this woman was going through the same experience. She's like, you can't close your eyes while you're trying to put it in because then it's closed and there's no way to get it in there. And then she used me as a case study. She's like, she eventually got it,
What?
She's like, because you got contacts for your wedding. I was like, yeah, I gave up. I didn't want them for my wedding because I couldn't get it. I could not. I got them in, I think, a couple times, but I hated it. I get angry thinking about it. I hate contacts.
There's people who can't do contacts, and those same people can't do eye drops.
Yeah, I can't do eye drops.
Yeah.
Symptoms "Ugh." So it's so then I felt bad for this girl because I had the same anxiety. I was seeing myself through another because she's feels rushed, and she's like, I can't get it. And she's like, I don't know how people do this. And I was like, I know, sister.
I know, sister. I know, believe me. She's like, Jesus.
But you've been a contact. I guess you have glasses, but you're used to contacts.
Yeah, I don't like glasses. Yeah.
But hold on. It's that time in the episode where my glasses hurt.
Oh.
It does it every time.
It's that time?
No, literally.
I know,
it
yeah.
becomes so painful I don't want to podcast anymore.
I mean, for me, contacts are effortless and lovely. And I break all the rules with them. I leave them in my eye. So especially when I was, one of my first jobs, I worked at UPS. I had to have made $2 an hour. I don't know how much I made, but my paychecks were like $300.
Yeah.
I had no money.
Like full-time work.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it was part-time, but
Still.
I made it was I don't know how I did anything. I did stuff, but I don't know how.
Yeah, where did it come from?
But like it was to the point where I wore my contacts for like 6 months at a time.
You're not supposed to do that, right?
No.
It's supposed to be like
two
a week?
2 weeks. You have month-long use ones. I overstayed my
Boy.
welcome.
Well, you still do that and you have more money.
Yeah.
But back then you like couldn't.
But only because now it's a habit.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be wasteful.
Yes, Earth.
And I've never had any issues. And this incident in particular,
What
I am
happened?
very miraculous. I'm so impressed that there were no issues. So I'm at the job. I'm a truck unloader. So I take boxes out of trucks and I put them on a belt, and the belt moves the packages.
Yeah.
And something went in my eye, and I like went to go scratch it, and my eye got all dry, and a contact lens popped out. But I didn't have any like contact lens solution. There was like dust all in the contact lens because it was all in my hands.
Ah.
But if you let a contact lens get dry, it turns into a potato chip. It just gets dry and brittle, and you'll never get that contact lens back in your eye. But these were my last pair. I had no more contacts.
no.
So it's not like I could just like throw this away and go home and put more in, or go throw them away and go to the store and buy new ones.
And you got bad eyes,
And
by
I have-
the way.
I
You
have
can't
bad
you
eyes.
can't survive without anything.
God, no. I mean, I have driven with a contact missing in one eye, but I'm just like, squinting.
What happened?
So this contact lens, I have it in my hand. It's covered in dust. I don't know what to do, but I can't let it dry out. This is my last hope. This is my lifeline.
Yeah.
So I put it into my mouth. I tuck it into the back of my cheek.
In your mouth?
And I just hold this.
You put your contact in your mouth?
So I took my contact from my eye into my dust hands. And then I put my dusty eye juice contact lens into my mouth to keep it wet.
For how long? Like till you could go to the bathroom?
Hours. Until I could get home.
Until you got home?
Yeah, because I had to get contact lens solution.
I guess,
and
you
like,
can't just like wash your...
right.
Oh my God.
So I got the solution. I like
just-
rinsed the hell
Is that
out
what
of
they
it.
do with like tobacco or something? You just
Yeah, just like
tucked it and
it was terrible.
for hours?
So I took something out of my eye, I put it into my mouth, and then it soaked it there for hours, and then took it from my mouth, cleaned it, quote unquote,
Quote unquote, to what extent?
and put it back into my eye.
Did it work?
It did work.
My God.
So
I'm surprised it didn't like dissolve it in there.
And
Or
I
did it
think-
just chew on it. Oh God.
and
Oh, God.
it probably lasted like another
Another
few
6
weeks.
months.
Yeah. So
That is like way intense.
terrible.
But
But
you're
that's
still
you got to
here.
do what
You're
you got
still
to do.
here.
I'm still here. I can still see and I can still taste.
I can't believe you like still wanted them after that. That's gnarly. That's
Well,
like,
yeah,
way
I mean,
intense.
it's nice just to wake up and see.
yeah.
That's worth it all.
I think
Yeah.
about that a lot. Luckily, I guess I don't, gender roles. I don't have to protect myself if there's an intruder.
I do think so. Sometimes I'll be like, I need to sleep without these. Give my eyes a rest. And so I do, but then I think if there's an intruder, I can't
see.
be fumbling for glasses.
Yeah.
So that's when I wear.
You
That's when
sleep with them
I
on.
sleep in my jeans.
Do you?
What? No,
Oh.
but I
It's like-
think about
I
it.
was thinking back
I'm
to
like,
all
if
my
I sleep in my
memories of
jeans, then I won't have to find because you don't want to fight an intruder
naked.
or even in
pants.
your underwear or in your
Yeah.
sexy boy booty shorts.
Yeah. You want coverage.
So if I'm looking for, if I have one thing to look for, I'm not going to make it pants.
Yeah.
So
Wow. I didn't. I'm proud. Am I proud of you? I don't know. Yeah, I'm proud of you.
yeah, you should be.
Good job.
Well, thanks.
Can't believe you didn't like eat it or something. That is tremendous dedication. I would not be. God bless your soul.
Well,
Yeah, not into
I'm sorry
contacts.
to have brought that up.
Oh, it's good. The more I learn about you, the more I
know,
know and like you.
presumably.
Yeah, yeah. I like you more after that story.
That's-
I did have to think about it.
Do you?
I was like, what is it? Yeah, I like it very much. Just like you know, you never give up. You stick your mind to it. I will sog this contact lens all day.
I mean, that is some sheer commitment. It really is.
Oh.
Well, you know what I like more than contact lenses?
I do know.
Hang on, we have to let it cycle through. Because I set up the button wrong, so it has to play all the way through every time.
Is there an option to not do that?
Yes.
And is it like a 12-second fix that?
Yes, and I could make this so much easier. Okay. But you know what I like more than contact lenses?
Yes, I do.
That's when people guess what we saw. That's right, we saw something. And if you can guess what it is, you'll win a $500 Visa gift card to spend however you'd like.
Yeah.
This is where, if you want to know how to do this, go to oyabigtime.tv/guess, read the official rules, and submit your guesses there. Every week you can listen to the podcast and see what people have guessed and weave together the answers to eventually guess what we saw. And this week we only have one guess.
All right.
But I'll take it.
Okay.
All right.
Goodbye.
Okay. So this week's guess comes from listener David.
David, tried and true son.
And I'll read it.
Oh, yeah.
All right. David's guess this week is: did you see a shopping cart? Oh.
Interesting.
Did we see a shopping cart?
Did we see a shopping cart?
I don't know. We might have.
We might have.
We might not have. But we'll tell you.
Right now.
So, did we see a shopping cart? Well, David, to the question, did we see a shopping cart? The answer to that question is no. No, we
That's a
did
good
not
guess.
see a shopping cart.
We did not see a shopping cart. I actually try to avoid shopping carts. I don't know why.
I guess technically we have seen one, but that is not the thing that we
That's
saw.
not what we saw.
I
Capitalized.
only go for the tiny shopping carts.
Yeah.
They have those big 90s shopping carts.
And that's usually the only thing that's left, and it's.
I won't use
stresses
it.
me
I will
out.
not use those.
I will because I can't because I'm going to rip out my spine if I try to carry everything. But then I try to use the sauna. I try to curl up. I try to take up as little space as I can. So for me to take a full
Those
shopping.
big they're not maneuverable. You're just.
I know, and I'm taking up half an aisle, and it's way out of my comfort zone. I'm really being a bold. If you see me with a shopping cart, I'm being brave.
I can do a daring devil ballerina dance with a tiny shopping cart. With those big shopping carts.
ChatGPT.
Yeah.
A daring double da.
Yeah. I'll dare your devil in the daring dumb.
What do you feel about the IKEA all around town swivel?
I don't like
They
those.
stress me out big time.
In theory, cool.
No, there's no it doesn't.
But you can't, if you start
feel like
veering,
I'm slipping on
you're gonna
ice.
crash. You're
Yeah.
gonna crash.
You're gonna go.
If you start veering, there's nothing you can do.
No.
You're gonna crash. That's all there is to it. And those big Costco shopping carts, please.
Ginormous.
I understand the functionality.
Yeah, because it's never big enough.
But give an option, please.
Yes, please. That's, I guess, why you end up buying so much stuff, though, too. It's like, well, there's room in the basket.
So we did not see a shopping cart.
Nope.
But I have some great news.
What's your great news?
We do have a call.
We have a call.
We have a caller.
Yay! Okay.
We have a call. We have a caller.
It's so exciting.
So this
It'll
is great
never not
news.
be like, I don't know, just smiling. I'm so hungry, and I'm not even hangry.
I'm not gonna lie, I was in the sauna and I was just like, when I'm in the sauna, I try to, towards the end of it, it gets really hard to stay in there. And so I'm checking my phone for things to keep my mind distracted. Did anyone
send
call
me a
us?
calendar
And then I
invite?
just saw that we had a call. So I haven't listened to this yet,
Who is it?
but we
Well,
have
I
a
guess
call.
you don't know.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We have a call, and
Yay.
let's have
Ooh,
a ball.
It's a long one, too.
All right.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
G'day, guys. It's Dean calling from Australia. I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to check in with you about something that you raised on the most recent show concerning boogers.
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 Did she say it like an
yeah.
American?
Did he say that?
No,
Yeah.
he said, hold on. I'm sorry. This
Boogers.
is not important.
Boogers.
Concerning boogers. Boogers. Boogers.
That
It goes
wasn't
like
a great American
Irish.
accent, Dean.
Yeah,
it goes
like Irish, Australian, American.
Boogers. Boogers. Yeah.
Amazing. I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
We're only 19
Is he going to
seconds
tell me
in.
not to hold my nose when I sneeze?
Probably.
Oh, I've seen a guy came into the emergency room and he had all the blood in his brain came out of his eyes, and he was crying blood because he held his nose while he sneezed, and he was standing right in his white car, and he held his nose when he sneezed.
If he does say that, will you stop?
Well, we can keep going. I'll just be mad at him.
So
Oh, you mean like, will I stop doing that?
Yeah.
No.
Even if Dean from Australia sees someone,
Even if a medical
brain coming
professional
out of their-
tells me to not do that.
yeah, now you're especially not gonna, because
Right.
fuck the man.
I'm doing it my whole goddamn life, Dean. You're not going to change me. You're not going to change me.
I'm sorry. Continue.
Anyway, you guys might know that my wife recently had some fairly major surgery, which required the surgeon to actually go up into her nasal cavity to access a part of her brain where this little tumour was hiding out.
Oh, my God.
And so the surgery was a two-stage process involving an ear, nose and throat surgeon and a neurosurgeon. And the ear, nose and throat surgeon had to put a lot of packing into the nose after the operation was
Like
done.
gauze and stuff?
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
I was picturing like packing
Like
peanuts.
packing. Yeah, the ear, nose, and throat specialist had to shove packing peanuts up into her nasal cavity
You never know.
and then ship it off to UPS.
Who knows what happened? Yeah, and then you.
And then my contact, yeah.
In order to protect the little hole that they had gone into to get the tumour out. And what that resulted in was a couple of weeks where my wife had to do these daily nasal toilets. Actually, they were 3 times a day at one stage.
Oh, my God.
Just to gently loosen the packing gradually because the packing's made of an organic material. Basically, it's a seaweed-like material, believe it or not. And within about a week, it had started to come away from the area in the nasal cavity, and it was coming out in clumps and stringy sort of bits and pieces. It was quite smelly and a bit awful, actually. Yeah, but the boogers got quite big there at one stage. Anyway, about 10 days after the surgery, we went back to the ear, nose, and throat surgeon so that he could assess the nasal passages, and he put a little suction catheter up in there, and in real life, the suction catheter is absolutely tiny. It's like probably a quarter of the size or diameter of a straw. But
one of those little coffee straws.
on the 4K video screen, the thing looked like a fucking Mack truck, and he proceeded to suction out a lot of the remainder of the packaging, and my God, was it satisfying to watch. Man, these boogers, look, I'm a nerd, so this sort of shit kind of scratches an itch for me, so yeah.
The 3-minute cutoff.
Cuts on. I didn't know there was a 3-minute limit. So she's got seaweed packed up into her nose.
Yeah.
She's having to like just try to get this stuff
3
out.
times a day.
How does she try to get it out?
I don't know.
3 times a day. What do you
That's so
do?
unpleasant.
Does Dean from Australia stick a coffee stirrer straw up her nose and just like you siphon a gas tank?
Maybe. I mean, he's a great husband. Like,
Great husband.
I feel like
God damn it! What a great guy.
great. What is wrong?
God damn it! What a great guy you are. Like,
Really? I feel like a lot of people like won't like brush their teeth around their purse. You know, they're like,
Yeah.
and he's like seen some big goobers.
and he found it satisfying
yeah. Ooh.
when the guy got all the stuff out.
I think I would too. Maybe he would like pimple popper. I guess he's a nurse, so he. But that sounds like. I would probably like that. Is that
So you want
Is
seaweed?
that footage saved anywhere?
We can go up to the grocery store and get those little seaweed packets and just shove them up your nose.
But it's not. It sounds like it was a different consistent. Was it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
He said it's a lot like seaweed.
Yeah, I guess.
What was it, like dried seaweed
That's what I
or
was
like
picturing, like slithering
or like
seaweed.
wet seaweed
Yeah.
from the ocean?
I prefer it being the wet kind, I think.
I would prefer the dry
Really?
because it
I
just
feel
like,
like dry if it's packing, probably. But then I feel like, would you choose seaweed if it was? I don't know.
well,
That sounds like, yeah.
I applaud you,
Yeah.
Dean,
From Australia.
for doing that.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry your wife had to go through that
I
and
know.
you had to go through that. But it sounds like things are maybe looking up. So that's
Yeah.
good.
I hope she's recovering smoothly.
Yeah.
And that seems like a great bonding experience. What if it wasn't? And that's like after everything they've gone through, it's just like I couldn't handle.
I'm leaving you now because of your boogers.
Yeah.
And they smelled bad.
Probably happened somewhere.
If they smelled
I
bad,
honestly would love I'm smiling even thinking
but you won't let me open my eye to you. How can you handle a booger if you can't handle an eye?
No, it's not a booger. It's
A booger.
a booger.
Well, thank
Aw.
you. Thank you for
Thanks
calling,
for
Dean.
calling husband of the year.
And thank you for not telling me to not hold my nostrils
Yeah.
when I sneeze.
That was because I was like, man, he's gonna get antagonistic. And
Yeah, I'm
he's
gonna freak out.
And things with Dean from Australia. You can't tell me what to do, Dean from
Yeah, we're
Australia.
gonna block him from calling.
Yeah, no. Our favorite Australian. He might be our only Australian, but he's my favorite
Yeah,
Australian.
and we're gonna keep it that way.
Yeah.
Right?
I think we should end on a high note because I'm really. There's actually more we could talk, but I'm so hungry.
I'm very
But
hungry.
'cause it's
We started.
2:30.
Usually we recorded around like 2, so we've had lunch.
Yeah,
We've been satisfied.
we're like today we're starting early,
We're gonna get an early start to the day.
and we did.
But now we're really hungry and we have to go because fuck you and fuck this. I just
Yeah,
want to eat.
We hate you. No, we don't. We love everyone. I felt bad even joking about. We love
It's
you.
okay. They get it. They get it. Thanks for coming out. We'll see you back next time here on the
yeah,
green
big
on the
time.
yes.